At 91 years old, my muscle mass was greater than when I was 60. My densitometry exams showed lean tissue gain where there should have been loss. My doctor ordered 3 counterproofs because he thought the equipment was malfunctioning. It wasn't. The secret? A food that most people avoid out of fear of cholesterol, but which concentrates the most bioavailable protein for muscle regeneration after 70 years of age. In the next few minutes, I will reveal 4 specific varieties that reversed my sarcopenia and why texture matters more than you imagine for protein absorption in aging organisms. Sarcopenia doesn't start at 80. It sets in silently from age 50, stealing 3% to 8% of lean mass per decade from you. This means less strength to climb stairs, less balance to avoid falls, less autonomy to live without depending on anyone. The problem isn't just eating too little protein. The problem is that after 65, your body develops anabolic resistance, a kind of muscular deafness where your fibers stop responding to amino acids the same way. You can ingest 100 grams of plant protein and utilize less than 30%. Your liver and kidneys work processing, but your muscles continue atrophying. This is where the brutal difference between low and high biological value protein comes in. True Parmesan, aged for at least 24 months, concentrates 35 grams of protein per 100 grams. But it's not just quantity. During maturation, caseins fragment into smaller peptides through enzymatic action. This means that even in aged digestive tract, with less hydrochloric acid and pancreatic enzymes, manages to break down and absorb these amino acids with superior efficiency. Studies on protein bioavailability in elderly people show absorption up to 40% higher in naturally predigested proteins. Parmesan also delivers 1,200 milligrams of calcium per serving. And here's the detail nobody connects. Calcium is an essential cofactor in muscle contraction. Without bioavailable calcium, protein synthesis doesn't complete the fiber regeneration cycle. I consume 40 grams per day, grated over cooked vegetables. The fat present helps in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins that optimize hormonal response to resistance training. Before continuing, write in the comments which region you're watching from. I want to map where the people are who really care about active longevity and not just surviving longer without quality. Come on, comment now. Your city and state. Cottage cheese is casein protein in its purest and slowest form. While whey protein is absorbed in 40 minutes, cottage cheese casein takes 6 to 8 hours to be completely assimilated. For those with sarcopenia, this is gold. It means amino acids circulating in the blood throughout the entire nighttime period, when 80% of muscle regeneration happens. Your muscles rebuild while you sleep, but only if substrate is available. A study with 60 participants over 75 years old showed that casein consumption before nighttime rest increased muscle protein synthesis by 22% compared to the control group. Cottage cheese delivers leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the 3 branched-chain amino acids that signal directly to the muscle to initiate reconstruction. I consume 150 grams every night, 2 hours before sleeping. I add chia seeds for fiber and magnesium, which relaxes the musculature and improves deep sleep quality, the phase where growth hormone is released. Traditional Swiss cheese goes through fermentation with Propionibacterium freudenreichi, the same bacteria that creates the characteristic holes. But the real benefit is in the impact on your gut microbiome. After 70, intestinal bacterial diversity plummets. This compromises absorption not only of proteins, but of all essential nutrients for muscle maintenance. Vitamin B12, zinc, magnesium, iron. An inflamed and dysbiotic intestine wastes up to 60% of what you ingest. Swiss cheese delivers resilient probiotic strains that survive stomach acid and colonize your colon. There, they produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce systemic inflammation, the same chronic inflammation that accelerates muscle catabolism. Recent studies connect healthy microbiome with better anabolic response to exercise. Muscles don't exist in isolation. They are part of a system. I consume 60 grams 3 times a week, always in the morning, when intestinal motility is most active and bacterial colonization is optimized. Quick pause. How old are you and what is your biggest challenge with muscle mass right now? Comment here. your age, and whether you feel weakness, fatigue, or have already had a sarcopenia diagnosis. This data helps me create more targeted content for you. True ricotta is not made from milk, but from the residual whey from the production of other cheeses. This whey concentrates whey-type proteins, rapid absorption, amino acid peak in 30 to 45 minutes. For elderly people with sarcopenia, timing matters. There is a real anabolic window after any muscular stimulus, whether intense walking, elastic band exercise, or even physical therapy. In this 2-hour window, your muscles are hypersensitive to amino acids. Fresh ricotta delivers 11 grams of protein per 100 grams, with complete amino acid profile and high leucine concentration. The metabolic trigger that activates mTOR, the signaling pathway for protein synthesis. I consume 200 grams immediately after my resistance exercise session, which I do 3 times a week. I combine it with papaya for natural digestive enzymes that further accelerate absorption. Ricotta is also a source of phosphorus, a critical mineral for ADP production, the energy currency that your muscles use to contract and generate force. My daily protocol became this: Parmesan at lunch over vegetables, ricotta post-workout 3 times a week, cottage cheese every night before sleeping, and Swiss at breakfast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Total protein from just these foods, 80 grams daily of high bioavailability. I added progressive resistance exercises, elastic bands, body weight, weighted stick. In 8 months, my lean mass increased 4.2 kilograms. My gait speed went from 0.6 to 1.1 meters per second. This removed me from the fall risk classification. Hand grip strength went from 18 to 28 kilograms. These aren't just numbers. This is the difference between needing help to open a door and having total autonomy. It's the difference between being afraid of tripping and walking with confidence. It's longevity with dignity, not dependent survival. Sarcopenia is not a sentence. It's an imbalance between degradation and synthesis that can be reversed with nutritional strategy and adequate mechanical stimulus. These 4 foods gave me back a decade of functional capacity. If you are over 60 years old or know someone in this age range losing muscle mass, share this content. And comment here which of these 4 you will include first in your routine. See you in the next video, where I will show the 3 exercises that potentiate protein absorption in people over 70 years old. Until then.